Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Here we go. Hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Here for your Wednesday. Getting to it, making our way through the holiday season. I think very festive today. Jaybird had a really good run on World Record Wednesday.
Yeah,
Great
did.
attempt today. That was a big old victory. Even if you didn't break the world record, man, you were close.
Close.
Yeah.
I hit my tooth on the table, and
Yeah.
it knocked me down a peg.
Uh-oh.
No,
Is it loose?
No, not at all. My dentist did a great job, and my teeth are all good. I just, flashbacks. I did not want to come up eating that banana without a tooth.
We cannot knock out the same tooth twice in 1 year.
The funny
yeah.
thing is that now I know the process. It'd be so easy to do. I fear nothing now.
Let me see, from the regular show as well, we had some comments about the story we had from the Whacked Out News about an employee for the Colorado Parks and Wildlife Service who'd made a recording under a frozen lake they have there, and an alien expert who analyzed it thinks that it is an underwater base that the aliens have deep below the lake. And he said that the ice is amplifying the sound. That's why you're hearing it.
That's my true belief is UFOs that are in the water.
Now, if you missed it earlier, this is what it sounded like. Okay. There were a couple comments that come in after people had heard that, and somebody said that weird noise under the water honestly sounds like water freezing. I'm up in Maine. I got a pool, and it's been freezing for weeks. And what's coming off the sound from that pool is a lot like what you played, and somebody else thought it was a sound of ice shifting.
The other thing, too, is sometimes when we do ghost stuff, people think they hear something, and it's also the equipment making noises. So you got to be careful that that's not some sonar thing they're doing either.
Yeah, so various things could be happening. All right. Well, interesting stuff. Thank you for the feedback on that. Got a couple other suggestions. Monica said, want to give you guys a little nugget on Hulu to watch. It's called A Very Boy Band Holiday. It was the right amount of cheesy and holiday, Kevin. If you love boy bands, you will love this. Okay.
That sounds terrible. I cannot wait to miss it.
Not feeling that, huh? Yeah.
Kevin's going to get his popcorn and watch.
Oh, yes.
I just never got into the boy bands. It's not that there's not a few songs I don't mind.
We know you're too hard.
Well, I'm hard as fuck. But the one New Kids song, do you remember the one song called Tonight?
Barely, yeah.
Tonight, na 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 na. I thought that was a jam.
Okay.
You remember that? Were you not
Tonight.
That's Phil Collins. You old as fuck.
Yeah.
That's the only Tonight I know.
I like that song, though.
That's all you got, huh? Yeah.
Did you like boy bands growing up?
No, well, the one that was when I was in high school was New Kids on the Block, and I hated them because all the girls like New Kids, thought they were real hot, they were annoying. I was into hair bands then.
And that rap they do. If you did not like New Kids, that whole
I would play the step one. We can have lots of fun. I'm like, you can't tell me you think this is good music.
well, if you hate New Kids, that's what you want to see because you go see.
They're terrible.
Guys, they fucking suck. Look at this shit. I mean, that's
terrible.
what the hater
Yeah.
wants.
That part was pretty terrible. Yeah, no lie on that.
But I know people love that part too.
They were recently on Kelly Clarkson, and I could not stop watching. What's the goofy one, Danny?
Maybe.
There's one of them that definitely has more of a Neanderthal look to him.
You're so mean.
It was so fun to watch him dance. Me and Panda were laughing out loud.
Why was he-
Watching him try to bust a move. It was pretty funny. They were singing that song, Step 1.
There
It'll
is-
be lots of fun.
There is a type of dance move where somebody is dancing and they're being serious and they're trying to look cool and it looks so uncool that makes you want to, you can't stop watching it. I get it. I totally get it.
He was dancing kind of with his toes turned in. And I was like,
I do actually really like watching people who suck at TikTok dances. That is kind of entertaining.
I like when people are dancing, trying to be cool, and they're being serious.
if you can, do yourself a favor and find the recent New Kids on the Block that they did on the Kelly Clarkson show and just watch the dancing. Focus on Danny.
Oh, it sounds like it's a little cringy. You sold me. I'm in. I'm all in. You know what? I'll search it and we can watch it while you braid my hair later.
I
today.
love it. Oh, I'll be giggling all through your braids.
Ken, I feel bad for you because tomorrow's show is really going to suck.
It's going to be tough, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Today wasn't that great.
Well, at least we'll have an excuse of being hungover.
Yeah, another thing for nostalgia for you outside of the boy bands is the movie Ocean's 11. You realize it's 20 years old now? It's the 20th anniversary of Ocean's 11.
What?
Which was a remake of some shit that was old as fuck back from the 60s.
Yeah, it really was. And what's kind of interesting is George Clooney, who was a part of all the Ocean's 11, even the one that had the ladies in it, he was part of that. He is not a fan of the original Ocean's 11.
Really?
Did it come out? Yeah. In fact, Clooney claimed that the 1960 version's classic reputation is only built on its star power of who was in it. It had, the Rat Pack and all that. And he said, everybody's going to say, oh, that's one of my favorite films. And I'll always say, have you ever seen it? The truth is, most people never saw the original Ocean's 11.
Virginia, I watched it. It is not even close to the Clooney one.
The Clooney one is awesome.
The Clooney
Yeah.
one, really, the
Yeah.
first
I
one was
just
great.
figured that they ripped it from the old school one.
They took the essence of it, but they made it their own. I mean, think about 1960. Things are different back then. Things move
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah. There was an article of some really interesting things, like behind the scenes about that movie. I love that movie. I think
Me
it's
too.
really good. I think it was so well done.
It just looks sharp and
It's good.
sexy.
Well, and it's such a great story, and it's just neat, meaning that there's not really anything you would take out of it. There's not a part where you're like, I hate this part of it. And then when the story concludes, it's good and it's over, and you're like, that was a great movie.
It really is. It's a good popcorn flick.
Some of the stuff that's interesting is who was supposed to be in that movie that was not. Now, you might remember the brothers that fought all the time. And the thing, they were the ones that had the little remote control cars.
Casey Affleck and
Yeah, it was Scott Conn. Yeah, those are the two guys that played it. But they apparently originally wanted Luke and Owen Wilson
Oh,
to play
that's
that.
which would
interesting.
have been kind of neat to see too.
Yeah, those guys are good.
Yeah, but they were wrapped up with other projects like the Royal Tenenbaums, and they weren't able to do it. So that's why they weren't in it.
They played brothers in the movie Bottle Rocket. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie. That's an underrated indie flick.
Is
It's
it?
really, really good.
Okay, I
For the
remember
first
it.
things Luke Wilson did.
Okay.
Bottle Rocket.
You would like that movie. That's such it's a weird, quirky movie.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg could have been in Ocean's 11, but he turned down Matt Damon's role playing Linus Caldwell. And he's like, nah, I got this Planet of the Apes thing that I'm going to be doing. And they ask him about it now, and he says, yeah, people tell George Clooney it's great, but we all know it sucked. I made two bad movies instead, Planet of the Apes and The Truth About Charlie. But doing that was better than sitting with Brad and George telling the press how great everybody is.
Wow.
So Mark Wahlberg tries to have a good sense of humor about it, but he realizes he screwed up by not taking that gig and giving it to Matt Damon instead.
Matt Damon did a great job with
He
that
was
role.
good.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
Everybody in that movie nails it.
Yeah, they do.
What's his name? Andy Garcia? What's his name?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, he is hot AF in that movie. When he's all pissed that they robbed him, he's like, shit. He starts cursing. Oh, he looks sexy.
Bruce
All
Willis.
right, can we get some water to throw it on
I
Virginia?
know, right?
Good Lord.
Chinned up over there.
Panda, she's ready.
Bruce Willis was supposed to be in it. And
That's too much smug and small.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. They approached him about doing in it, but yeah, apparently he, by the time he got to it, he said, all the good stuff was done. I wanted to play, one of the gang, and it was really too late for me to jump in to do a role that I would have liked.
I mean, Clooney and Willis on the same screen.
It's a lot of man.
That's a lot of smug.
Yeah.
One-liner with the
It does feel like it would throw the balance out. The balance was good in it. They got Julia Roberts in kind of a cute, smarmy way. At the time, she had just come off of Erin Brockovich, was making $20 million a picture. And, they have a budget. So they're looking at all these blockbuster stars. And, George Clooney wanted Julia Roberts to play Danny Ocean's girlfriend or ex, Tess. And so what he did was he sent Julia Roberts a screenplay and attached a $20 bill along to the screenplay. And he said, I hear you get $20 a picture now. And Julia Roberts laughed at it. And she's like, okay, it's cute. Because they say every actor took a significant pay cut to be in the movie.
But you could argue it's such a good move to do. Yeah, you have to do those kind of things sometimes.
Because there were so many awesome actors.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a classic. You got to do it.
Yeah. So what Clooney convinced everybody to do, he said, if we all get paid like we should, this movie, we're not going to be able to get it made. So just try to take some money on the back end, believe in it, work cheap, and see if there's any money at the end. And the movie wound up grossing $450 million worldwide, 5 times its budget. So they all made money on the back end.
Back end.
And there's something that's kind of interesting about this as well. Don Cheadle, great actor. He was a big part of the movie. His name is not in the credits.
Why?
At all?
At all.
Why?
Well, there's a rumor about why. Is apparently what had happened was he wanted to be right in the top role with George Clooney, with Brad Pitt, Don Cheadle, and they said, well, we have the big fonts for these guys and da-da-da, and, at the time, Don, it's like, you're not on the same footing as George Clooney and Brad Pitt. That's who we're really trying to market this around. He's like, you know what? Just take my name off of it then. He's like, I don't want to be in the credits.
Wow.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah, that's at least the rumor.
He's
about
so
why.
good. He adds so much to the movie.
Yeah, right, exactly. So that's kind of the whole thing. That's the rumor about it.
He played the role of Earl Manigault. I think I've gone through this before, and I think that I get the same look from Virginia. She's already fucking over the story. I'm out.
Manigault, what's that from?
Oh, shit, damn it. How did you get me with a snore?
He felt defeated. He collapsed. He then comes back in triumphantly.
I
And then,
lured him back in with my false enthusiasm.
Damn, Bird, you're slipping.
oh, man.
It's good. I fell for a witch's trap. I'm a fool.
There's another interesting tidbit about Ocean's 11. Bernie Mac was in it. And he had just come off of doing the original Kings of Comedy. Remember that with Steve Harvey?
Yes.
So they were boys. They did that willingly. They got together because they were good friends. But apparently Steve Harvey had his people contact them and say, hey, Steve Harvey would be better than Bernie Mac in this role.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that is cold.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like the Saturday Night Live guys. That's what they would always do.
Yeah.
Behind each other's back, fuck each other over.
They later asked Bernie Mac about it. He said, yeah, the Hollywood game that we're in, it's a cold game. And the sad thing about it is all of us are doing well, so I don't really see the problem. So apparently he just kind of shook it off. But, yeah.
That's the right. That's a classy move.
It is.
Yeah. So there you go. So some interesting stuff about a 20-year-old movie. Another little programming note for you that Curtis sent in to us said, yeah, the Kravis Center is having a Golden Girls puppet show starting December 8th.
Okay, how much weed did these people
A Golden
smoke?
Girls puppet show?
Oh, you've got to be shitting me.
You better bring some harder stuff than weed.
Yeah, that might be more than weed when it comes
That
to the
is
creation.
straight
of
up
that.
LSD.
I mean, that is so just my game, though. I love the whole Golden Girls. They're hip. Even the youngsters like Golden Girls. They've made a resurgence in the hip community.
Okay. That would be definitely something to see. And coming up in January is Betty White's 100th birthday,
Okay.
by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Would you like to make it to 100?
Yeah, why not?
If you feel good,
Yeah.
I think 100 would be great.
If I'm doing as well as Betty White, yeah. I'm game.
I mean, she's still getting gigs.
Yeah. Let's do this. So, yeah, it seems good to me.
Could you imagine you get the information you're going to live to 100 from this point on? Babe, you're not even at the All-Star break yet.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it's not even halfway through. I'd love it. I'd be excited. I'd be like, can
Hell
you
yeah.
imagine what the world is going to look like in 50 more years?
Well,
could do that?
you have that
60?
you have that perspective at this age, knowing if I do make it to 90, shit's gonna be weird. It's gonna freak me out. But that's just how the world goes. Every generation thinks the world's changing, and oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I'd like to see it.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Imagine your grandma. Her thinking about when she was 10 compared to now.
I know.
People talking in fucking boxes and shit.
It's crazy.
Running on treadmills.
Yeah.
Running indoors instead of out.
FaceTime? What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Microwaves.
Yeah. If you are a Disney fanatic, saw this week was Walt Disney Day, like they need a day. But they've got a new, I guess, feature that is going to be coming up. If you like Guardians of the Galaxy, they're doing something called Cosmic Rewind, a new indoor roller coaster that's going to be opening at Epcot in Disney World this coming summer.
As long as it's not made as those Gravitron type of rides. I like a regular old school roller coaster. I can't do that shit where it's throwing me in some fucking circle and I'm like, ah!
They say it'll be one of the longest fully enclosed coasters in the world.
Ooh.
Fully enclosed. Does that mean it's one of those like indoor coasters? Is that what we're talking about? Fully enclosed?
Is there a tunnel? Ooh, an underground tunnel that comes back out. That would be cool.
I could see Disney wanting that because you think about it. What if you have one of those crazy Orlando storms in the summer? Does that shut down the park? I mean, if you get a monsoon rain, they can't run the rides, correct?
They shut
True.
it down.
Yeah, monsoon, no.
So if you have people who paid all this money and are on a vacation, if you had an indoor attractions, people could still be enjoying things at the park, right?
Totally.
Is that the way of the future? Build everything underground? Everything underground?
Well, I don't know if it's underground. I think it's just indoors.
Hey, why do I keep on
Be a lot
thinking?
more expensive.
Why do I keep on thinking there's a tunnel involved?
I don't know. Yeah, you keep taking everything underground.
You just want to dig, baby.
It's not good to do in Florida.
Kevin, I'm sorry.
You're going to hit water.
Yeah.
Did you say tunnel? Did you say the word tunnel?
No. No.
I didn't.
Are you okay?
No, I didn't sleep well last night.
I was talking to somebody that just took her family to Disney, and she was talking about some of the new Star Wars stuff. And when they were there, I don't know the names of them, but one of the Star Wars rides, she said it was a 4-hour wait.
It's not worth it. I don't give a shit what happens at the end.
4 hours?
Yeah, and she was saying too that how are they doing the speed passes now? I don't even know what they call them. They got a special name for them. Apparently, it's not even a guarantee. I was like, wait, what? And so you pay like $15 and you may or may not get the ability to cut in the line, and I don't even know how much you cut. I'm like, gosh, they're just finding ridiculous ways to take money from you. Can you imagine paying for something and you don't get anything? Can you imagine you walk into a pie shop? You're like, yeah, you lay down $15. And you're like, you may or may not get that pie.
You're going to stand here for a long time.
Right. You're going to wait 3 hours in line.
You'll get to smell everybody else's pie.
Sorry, no pie for you. Okay, can you give me my money back? Nope. Fuck off. What? Wait, what?
That's not cool.
I'm just like, okay, what the heck are they doing? What's crazy is people are paying money hand over fist for that. Like, to me, that sounds miserable. I can't think of anything that I would wait 4 hours in line for. Especially that last, what do those rides last? 2-3 minutes?
Yeah, I best.
A 4-hour investment? I mean, what else do you do where you would stand for nothing for 4 hours for 3 minutes of enjoyment? I mean, without getting really dirty, and you'd have to find something that would be worthwhile.
Yeah, I was getting
for 4 hours for 3 minutes.
I was thinking 60, the 69 line.
That's the only thing where you're like, okay, yeah, all right. Sophia Vergara.
But would you even wait in line for
3
4
minutes,
hours?
4 hours,
Virginia
maybe.
would never wait in line for 4 hours for an awesome 69.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm good, tunnel boy.
Yeah. Outside of that, just crazy.
I would wait, but there are things I would wait in line for.
An awesome 69.
For 4 hours. I think you're right. If it's the best 69 of all time,
Right.
If you're guaranteed,
You would push little old ladies out the way.
if you're guaranteed to get the best 69 of all time experience, I'm waiting 4 hours in line.
Okay. Going for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody said you couldn't drink while you're waiting.
Yeah, you can turn this into a great fun time.
Autumn has an interesting request. She said, I'm currently writing an original tabletop role-playing game, and I would like to use the members of the KVJ show as non-player characters. First of all, I'm asking for permission to use y'all's names and personalities for characters. Okay. Second of all, if I can put you guys in my campaign, what are your favorite animals?
All right, this seems like this is getting kinky.
Favorite animals?
Are we sure we're sign on to this? Let's see the print on this thing first.
Yeah, I don't know. She just wants permission, and our favorite animal is that. So,
What do you think, Virginia?
I don't know, 69 boy. I think I'm going panda as my favorite animal.
oh, okay, makes sense for you.
For this game, I'm gonna go wombat.
Wombat. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Dog's my favorite, but that's too boring, so I'll just go manatee. It's represented in Florida, and we gotta be mindful of our manatees.
Dog's my favorite, but manatee's a close second. I love a manatee.
Peaceful, just chill.
You're just trying to copy Kevin now.
No,
You got to stick with wombat. You said wombat.
I'm gonna stick with wombat, but I've always been a fanatee, and my fellow fanatee will stick up for me.
Yeah.
What about the llama? You love llamas.
You know what? Fuck llamas. No,
Yeah, they attack you.
Yeah, I've done
kinda
so.
jerky.
I've got on the microphone and promoted llamas for so many years. Fuck them. They bite. They shit. They spit.
Yeah.
They're dicky on my birthday.
Yeah.
What has llamas done for me? Nah, I'm done with you.
Yeah, there's some animals. I do love animals, but llama, ostrich, there's a lot of birds. They're just assholes.
I got bit by an ostrich.
Yeah.
They have prick face. They just look like they're always just pissed
They're nasty,
off.
yeah, they're nasty,
Even
yeah.
if they would be the kind of person that would go to Disney World and complain the entire time. Ostriches. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Does that make sense?
If you worked with ostriches, they would totally be turning you into HR like all the time.
Big time. Meanwhile, you check their closet and they're doing all kinds of shady shit.
69 in.
The ostriches would not be a good animal to 69 with. Well, I think eating. All right, never mind.
What?
You'd get so many feathers in your mouth.
That's not the best animal to 69 with.
Who is the best?
I'm going to play your game. I don't think a kangaroo would be that bad.
Oh, I don't know, man.
If they were into it.
If they were into it.
Let's just say all of these,
Yeah.
for argument's sake, the animal is into it.
And I would be a kangaroo too. So it's not like a man on kangaroo crutch. Just a picture of me as a kangaroo.
Are you wearing a kangaroo costume, or we've really turned you into a kangaroo?
Whatever floats your boat. And clearly this podcast has jumped the shark.
You're a furry in my fantasy.
But would you want a 69 with a shark?
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, wombats are jerks too. Adorable, but jerks.
They are cute, but they're dicky. Yeah, there's a lot of those dicky, cute
A-hole
animals.
animals.
Yes.
Odd, yeah. You always just think animals are awesome, right?
There's some really there's some other animals. I was watching the Nature Channel. I forget what country it was. They were so cute, but they love to run up and fucking piss and gnaw at people.
It's terrible.
I forget what it was called.
Okay. Got an email here from Megan. She said, not sure if this would help the Queen or Jaber, but my friend who is a nurse had COVID back in November, and she lost her sense of taste and smell. She tried every trick in the book to get it back, but nothing worked. And crazy enough, though, the day after she got her vaccine, her smell and taste came back completely.
Wow.
Her cousin experienced the same thing. I'm not trying to push any agenda on anyone, but I'm just wondering if that could be the magic trick for Jaybird and for the Queen.
It really sucks because mine's ever changing. I was telling our sweet Denny's today, any kind of like toothbrush stuff, mint stuff, Colgate, mouthwash.
You can't taste it?
No, I can taste it.
can't?
It all tastes like, it tastes exactly like honey mustard Pringles. Exactly like it. It's so bizarre. It's disgusting. You're trying to get mint.
But you like Honey Mustard Pringles.
Not like that. Not when I'm trying to brush my teeth.
Oh, yeah. It's not the right time.
Colas taste as if they have stir-fry peppers in them.
That's weird.
It's weird, but it's a distinct taste. And then all of a sudden, I will get a quick smell of this old Geno's pizza I used to eat back in the day. It's a frozen pizza, and I went to Publix, and it's gone. But I'd smell it. Almost like a pregnant craving. I needed it. It made me go to Publix immediately.
Yes.
And they didn't have it. I was quite disappointed.
Ran right out.
Yeah, but it's fucked with my senses big time.
Yeah. Well, it's still crazy. I mean, we're finding out things that are going on, and daily it seems like something new is happening with this. Got a lot of people looking for a little bit of advice here today. No, I'm moving slow and get through your emails. I'll try to get through a few every single day that we can here. This one from Kelly and Jesse in West Palm says, my husband and I had 3 chickens in an enclosed fenced area and inside a chicken coop. We left them outside one night and a raccoon, we're guessing, killed one. So we kept the other 2 locked in the coop at night or if we weren't at home. And one day we get a call from our neighbor saying that another neighbor's dog got out, broke through our fence, and broke open our chicken coop and killed them both.
Oh, my.
My husband went over to the dog owner's house and knocked on the door livid. A lady comes to the door holding a new baby, so my husband calmed down a little and just explained to her what had happened, and she felt bad and even offered us money, but my husband declined. We felt bad taking money from somebody who just had a baby when chickens are only like $15. Our friends and family think they owe us new chickens. Were we too soft?
No.
Just let it go.
Anytime you can be kind to a new mother, I think you should. She's going through enough.
It wasn't as she told the dog, hey, go eat their chickens.
Right. It was an animal being an animal, and it's sad that it happened to the chickens, but, I mean, this is just what happens out in the animal kingdom.
But if I was the pregnant woman, or not the pregnant woman, the woman with the baby, she needs to be #be cool on her own, and she should do something nice for their family.
Sure.
Everyone needs to do it back and forth.
Yeah, I would let it go. I agree with you guys. We got an email here, somebody writing in a few times. My husband has been lying to me since January about quitting his tobacco use, dip. Now I quit smoking, and I've not picked it up again. Now, the issue does not stem from him doing the tobacco. It's him constantly lying to my face the first few months. Now, understandable, it's extremely hard to quit. But when I ask him a question like, are you still doing dip? He always says, no, I stopped doing it, which then I find it in the house again. For the last 4 months, we've been getting into horrible fights. Well, I've been screaming at him, and he says he's going to change, and he doesn't, and that he's going to quit lying to me, but he doesn't. Today I had enough again. I found it in the house when the dog went into the trash, and I found a used dip pack on the floor. Am I wrong for screaming at him and telling him that he's not welcome back at the house and that he's going to have to find a new way of transportation considering he's using my car to get to and from work? I feel like he doesn't take me seriously because I will scream at him for a few days about lying to me, and then I act like we're okay because I do have a daughter from a previous relationship that he is the stepfather of, and I don't need her seeing us argue all the time. I'm at my wit's end, and I can't take it anymore. What do I do? Ann wants to know. Yeah, I get your frustration. It's just it seems like your attempts to yell and all that stuff, it's futile. It's not working. So, when you keep frustrating yourself and yelling and all that kind of stuff and it's not working, I think you'd be wise to back out and rethink it. I don't think anybody likes to have that nagging partner that is always coming at them. And what he's trying to do is something difficult. He's trying to break a bad habit. And I think you're going about it wrong and yelling at him and making him feel like he has to hide something from you. Instead, be like, hey, look, I'm here to try to help you quit. Do you want to quit? First of all, he has to really want to quit.
That's just it. Because I know when it comes to couples and it comes to someone wanting someone to quit and all that, a lot of times the person that wants the person to quit, the person doesn't want to quit. He doesn't want to quit dip.
Yeah.
He knows it's bad for him. Everyone knows dip is bad for him. It's his vice that's getting him through whatever. He also doesn't want to disappoint you, but now he's lying to you, and it's a whole fuckery now.
Right.
Because you want him to quit. He doesn't want to quit, but he also doesn't want you on his ass either.
And I would start really asking yourself and going through and explaining out loud to yourself, why is it that you want him to quit? Is it because you find it gross? It's in his teeth. It makes his breath smell. Is it because you're concerned about his health, that he might get lip or jaw cancer?
Yeah.
And start really kind of knowing why you want this to happen, and then try maybe empathizing with him and trying a different approach and taking it from your perspective. You're sitting there yelling at him about something that he is doing by his own choice and volition, and you're making him feel bad about it. Instead, maybe try to be like, hey, you know what? I don't like kissing you when your breath stinks. I don't want to see you die of cancer or get a cancer that you got to have your jaw cut out.
But on the other end, too, people got to stand their ground. If he doesn't want to quit dip, and you can't lie to your mate.
Yeah.
I would rather have you go, I'm not quitting dipping, and that's where we're going to be at. But the whole lying part is that's where the deceit comes in, and that's where things start to crack apart. If you're going to lie to me about that, what else are you going to lie to me about?
I think the approach is wrong on both sides, but they're equally doing things that they can control and they can fix to make this situation much better.
But at the end of the day, he's a grown-ass man. And if he doesn't want to quit doing it, you're so invested in making him quit. I mean, he's a grown-up. He's making his choices to do something that's not good for his health. It's really not affecting you and your health. It's not like he's blowing smoke in your face. He's dipping. So at the end of the day, do you want to be yelling at him and telling him how to live his life? It's not going to be good for your relationship at the end.
And there are people out there who don't care if something's bad for them.
They don't.
Because the way they look at it is, I'm going to be on this crazy rock for X amount of time, and I'm having some struggles, and this is the one thing. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying this is what people really think.
The more you yell, the more he dips.
Yeah. I know for me, yelling does not work for me.
No, it does
fact,
not.
It's going to make me do the opposite, and then I'm going to start having feelings of resentment. I think sometimes it's the whole mask, the whole stranger thing. If people really just said, this is who I am, this is what I like, and love me for who I am, then you can make an honest choice. Well, I don't like Kevin that way. I'm out.
It's right now you're frustrated, you're yelling, it's affecting you. It likely is affecting your kids as well.
Yes.
And take a lot of the stress off. Try a different approach. I think you'll get better results and you'll wind up a happier person because of it.
Because nagging, whether it's marriage or it doesn't matter what situation you are in life, nagging sucks, man.
Humans have free will, and I know you're trying to help him, but at the end of the day, you got to let him make his own choices, even if they are bad. He's a free-ass man.
That's right. Free-ass man. I want to say thanks to everybody sending us their receipts that they got from listening to KVJ on Spotify. You can do that and get us there. I think it's just the podcast. I don't know that the show streams there live because somebody had asked that today. But I know that you can listen. And a big thanks to Jesse. Moved to South Florida in 2015, but I brought my pals with me. Of 41,000 minutes listening to Spotify, 11,000 minutes of it was KVJ show content. And that is a lot. You can see that proven right there. My minutes listened, 40,085. KVJ minutes, 11,203. Sent that in, and they say that's more than 89% of other listeners in the United States. So good for you for loving audio and listening to it and making KVJ a big part of it.
We ever see that person, I'll go buy them a soup and sandwich.
Or a shot.
Or a shot. You're right. Whatever your poison is.
Whatever you want.
Let's get in this mindset. We've got our company Christmas party tonight. I'm going to come over to your crib early. I'm going to braid your hair.
What time?
I'll probably be there around 3.
Okay, so 4:30.
See you at 4:45.
You guys get there at 6:55,
Perfect timing for that buffet to be out.
just as they're taking everything down.
Look, you just start sipping and don't look at the clock.
Shit, I'm drinking. All right. Gonna be an interesting day tomorrow. See y'all then.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.